What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the video and to the channel. My name is Gorbacharya and I'm a current engineering student here at the University of British Columbia. And today's video is going to be a little different from my first video. For those that haven't checked out my first video, go to the channel, check out the first video. It was about a day in the life of an engineering student. But today's video is going to be a little bit different. We're going to be talking about the 3 tips to transition into a university workload. And these are lessons that I've learned from my first year that I'm trying to pass on down to the next first years and so on and so forth. So hopefully you guys get some value out of it. And I understand that we're all coming out from different education experiences. Some are international students within the IB program. Some of you may have not taken an AP course, and that was just like me before I headed into university. I was from BC with the BC system with no AP classes, so I just took the regular classes, and boom, once I got into university, it was hard, man. I wasn't used to the workload at all. I used to get away with homework and assignments so much in high school that once I came into university and I missed a couple, I was down bad. So I don't want that to happen to you guys. So that's why I'm creating this video. So hopefully you guys like it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And let's get straight to the video. So the first tip that we're going to talk about is building our time management and time awareness skills. So in university, you're going to have so many assignments, homework, quizzes, essays, etc., etc. And whether you think you're smart or not, whether you're able to do your assignments and study for your quizzes and midterms, then you're able to do well if you're able to get those things done. However, being able to manage your time to do all those things is the hard part. In every single course, you have different deadlines for different things. Say, for your math class, you have web work due on Mondays. For your chemistry class, you have your homework assignments that are due on Sundays. And sometimes you have physics classes that are due midweek. And say you have a course load of 5 or 6 courses, you're going to have 5, 6 different deadlines. To be able to keep track of all of those is going to be really difficult. And if you think you're going to do it all in your head, I said the same thing in my first week, and I swear I didn't do 3 assignments. And thankfully there were small assignments, but I lost some marks on there that could have just been free marks. So action step number 1 is buy a whiteboard calendar and place that right by your desk, and buy an agenda and keep that with you at all times. And I'm serious, guys, this can make a difference in your transition into university. Sometimes you think you're just gonna think of all those deadlines that the prof says, and you're gonna put that in your head and just keep it there, and you'll remember it forever. And you'll forget that in a second. Trust. There's so much information coming in those lectures that you're oh wait, when's the deadline again? Yeah, so that's not happening. So what you got to do is when the prof mentions any sort of deadline, homework's due next week, you write that in your agenda, you keep it there, and then once you get home, you put that straight in your whiteboard calendar, so you're always aware of where the deadlines are, and so you always know what to prioritize in that week that you're in. So let's say you continue these skills and write down all your deadlines before, and you're able to get the work done slowly throughout the semester. Within 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you understand how much work you need to do for those certain classes. So let's say it takes you 3 or 4 hours to do your math homework. So you can set aside 3 or 4 hours, say on a weekend, and you're going to finish that homework assignment within 3 or 4 hours, and you're able to fill in other things in your schedule. And another thing is to create an electronic calendar to go along with your schedule. Let's say you have all your classes on the calendar, you can create study blocks in between and know when to study at what times. Now, following your schedule is going to be the hard part as well, but if you're able to create these schedules, you understand you can create some sort of system to work with. And slowly throughout the term, you understand how much work you need to do within the time blocks, and you'll be able to create better time blocks. So, first thing, time management. Buy an agenda, buy a whiteboard calendar, put that by your desk. Tip number 2, in order to make your university experience a lot more fun, is to make new friends in your classes. And I'm telling you, this is a big key to your university experience and overall fun throughout the semester and throughout the year. I'm oh God, this is probably one of the most important things that you can take out of this video. First thing is when you go to your first few classes, I know it's going to be online classes this year, which is going to be pretty hard. But for those of you that are going to in-person classes, I have some tips. And for those of you going to online classes, I have some tips as well. So for those of you in in-person classes, whoever you sit beside, say hello, how are you, what's your name, where are you from. Just introduce yourself to them, because you're all first years there and you're all probably pretty nervous. You probably don't have many friends that are in the program yet, and you're probably just with a bunch of random people, and they're all probably looking for a friend as well, and it doesn't hurt to say hi, hello. I made friends from my first day of classes that I became super close friends with throughout the term, and I was close with them throughout the whole year. For those of you that are in online classes, I say see whoever's in the webcam group chat, whatever the Zoom calls or whatever, and just say hello to someone. If you're in like a group discussion and you're in like a breakout room or some sort of thing, or if you just see someone in the chat, just say like, oh, if anybody wants to add me on social media, this is this, and we can probably work on some group study sessions if you guys want. And that's just it. It's just simple. You're just putting yourself out there, and you might meet new people, and it's always good to have somebody in the class. There's benefits to this other than just having a good friend. Like, who doesn't want a friend, right? And there's 3 benefits to this that I've seen for myself from my first year at UBC. Number 1 are group study sessions. A lot of times where you have to study for long periods of times. Say on the weekends, you have to finish multiple assignments, you have essays, you have a midterm next week, and all you're doing is you're sitting in the library and you're just grinding. I thought I was going to be a university, and I thought I was just going to grind alone. Like, oh yeah, it's my time to shine. I'm just going to go to the library. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. By the first week, I was like, damn, bro. I'm alone as hell right now. Like, I'm down bad. Like, I was feeling like super alone. And then when I met these people in my classes, we started having these group study sessions every single weekend. I'm a community student, so I would drive down to campus just to study with them throughout the whole day. And what it does is it just keeps the environment more lively. Like, you have other people around you, so you don't feel any FOMO. And you just grind on your things for, let's say, an hour. You take a break, you just chat it up with friends, go on your phone a little bit, and then go back to studying. And you just set timers and just work like that as a group. I know you can probably get off task with your friends, but if you create some kind of system where you're going to work for 1 hour and then take a break for an hour, these group study sessions can really make studying less boring. And I'm serious. I hated studying my first month there. But as I started like studying with friends, I would stay on campus till like 9 p.m. and I had to drive back home. I would still stay on campus till late because I knew I'd actually study if I was with my group. And number 2 is like some sort of accountability. If they're around you and they're doing work and they see you slacking off, they're gonna be like, yo, why aren't you like studying? Like, we're all studying here. And they'll keep you accountable. They keep you in check, especially if they're real friends. If they're fake friends, they'll just like let you be. But like real friends will let you know for sure. And number 3, if you miss classes, then you're able to get the notes from them. You already know, like, if you have 8 a.m. classes, you're probably gonna miss like 1 or 2 of those lectures. And if your friend is able to make it, then they're able to give you the notes and you don't have to wait on your professors. But I'm telling you, get out of your comfort zone, get out of your shell just for the first couple of days at least, to make new friends when you're at your classes. Because honestly, it just makes the whole experience of university a lot more better when you have friends around in campus, and it will definitely help your studying. And the third thing that I'm going to be talking about is growth mindset. And I think growth mindset is a really underlooked part of the mental aspect, but I think it literally changed so much of the way I thought going into exams and going throughout the whole term and semester, honestly. So what the growth mindset is that you take every single part of your journey, the ups and the downs, as an opportunity for growth. So you take the positives as an opportunity for growth, and you take the negatives as an opportunity for growth. The opposite of that spectrum is the fixed mindset. Now, the fixed mindset is you're basically saying you have a cap in all your capabilities. Say like, oh, I'm not smart enough, so I'm not going to reach that level. Or this happened because I'm dumb, or something like that. Or that guy's much smarter than me and I cannot reach that. So what we want to do is eliminate that fixed mindset and move towards the growth mindset aspect. One example of this was in my Math 152 class, which is linear algebra. And I've never been introduced to linear algebra before until this course, right? And so there's other people in that class that already knew what they were doing. So by the time it was the first midterm, which is quite easy, it was just like basic linear algebra that you could probably learn in high school, but I never learned it, right? So they did well on the first midterm. But for me, I got 50% on my midterm, like on the dot, 12 out of 24. And I could have taken that as like, oh, I'm not smart enough. I had this limit in my capability in math, and etc. etc. But instead, what I did was I looked at what I was doing. So I wasn't doing enough practice problems. I wasn't paying that much attention in class. I thought I knew everything, and I just ignored everything that was happening in the lectures. And I was like, oh, this looks pretty easy. It's just like a couple lines. Then you got to do like a matrix, right? But no. What I did was I examined everything that I was doing, and then now what can I take from that experience and how can I grow from that? So for the next midterm, I swore to myself that I was going to pay attention in lectures, that I was going to really take the opportunity to do more practice problems. And what happened was in the next midterm, I ended up getting an 84%. So that was a 34% increase. In just a couple of weeks, we had 3 midterms, and it's always that kind of capability is what effort that you put in. And it's a marathon throughout the whole semester, right? So like you can't be too complacent and not do enough work. You need to be constantly looking for improvement because everything is going towards the final. And if you can work towards the final with a growth mindset, so you take every opportunity for growth, by the time you reach the final, you'll have done everything in your capabilities to actually do the best in that course, right? And that's all you want to do. A lot of the finals are worth 50 to 60% in engineering, so you have to keep up with everything that's going on in the course. So what I'm saying is growth mindset, take every opportunity as a moment of growth, and do not put a limit in your capabilities because you are not limited. You just haven't put enough effort into it. All right, that's the end of the tips. That's all I got for you. These are the 3 tips to transition into a university workload. I hope you guys got some value out of that. These are some things that I wish I knew when I was going into university. You know, everybody's experience is going to be a little different, and I just want to provide a little bit of value that could possibly help you transition into university and make it go a lot more smoother, because I know what it feels like, and to feel that stress and anxiety going into it. You're going to be okay. You could possibly have some failures along the way, but take every opportunity as a growth, and don't get down bad on yourself, you know, don't feel down bad. Stay tuned in for more videos. I'm going to be putting out videos every single week at Sunday mornings, and I'm going to make sure I get that content out for you guys. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if I was any help to you, and make sure you guys subscribe and stay tuned for more videos. See you guys later. Peace. Once again, my socials are down below. I love answering you guys' questions last time because I know exactly how it feels like being a first year and just being curious about everything. So if you have any more questions, let me know, but I'll see you guys later. Peace.